I'm doing the taxes, and I don't think I've been getting my money's worth with some of the weapons that the government has been turning out lately, folks. I mean, this Trident II nuclear submarine tested a rocket about 6 or 7 weeks ago. The rocket cost $26 million to build. The rocket went up in the air for 4 seconds, did a backflip, landed in the ocean. $26 million, 4 seconds, backflip, back of the ocean. For 2 mackerel, you can get a dolphin to do the same thing. And the Navy has been thinking about trying to train dolphins for military purposes, you know, like kamikaze dolphins. But there was a huge public outcry, inhumane, inhumane to the dolphin. Which is kind of interesting, considering nobody cares about spending $26 million on a rocket whose sole purpose is to kill people we haven't met yet. All of a sudden you throw Flipper into the picture. Come on, man, have a heart. But the thing that gets me about these weapons, they're not that effective. I mean, you look at all the weapons we have, nuclear weapons, chemical weapons, planes, tanks, aircraft carriers. What did the Ayatollah fear the most? A book! Folks, we should be building bigger and better books. That's where the strength of democracy is, freedom of speech and freedom of expression. It's not in the weapons. Dictators aren't afraid of weapons, they're afraid of ideas. I mean, historically, communist countries have put, like, political poets in jail. Poets? Excuse me, did you say poets? Let's be honest, folks. When's the last time anybody in this room was, like, jumped by poets? I'm not going down to Greenwich Village. What are you, nuts? There's poets down there. They're crazy. They got pens with feathers coming out of them. They wear berets. They stay up all night. Iambic pentameter. Ah! Shakespearean sonnets. Stop it! Stop it! They're ruthless. They're not like you and I. Poets, come on, will you? Czechoslovakia put a jazz band in jail. Jazz? You're a nation and you're threatened by jazz. Get in the cell. Play the saxophone around here. I mean, East Berlin was all upset because kids were hearing rock and roll music through the Iron Curtain. It took Poland 10 years to legally get a union. We spend millions of dollars on weapons to combat the communist philosophy that in reality feels threatened by poetry, jazz, rock and roll, unions. If that's what they're afraid of, the hell with the guns, the weapons, the death, the destruction. We can defend North America with papers, pens, typewriters. A few Berkeley students, a couple of Teamsters, Lou Reed, Nick Allen Poe's greatest hits. I don't know. The weapons, it's crazy. It's hard to vote against weapons, though, in the United States, you know? We love our weapons. It's like Congress, okay, recently voted against a proposal to have a 7-day waiting period to buy a gun, okay? Now, folks, I don't want to sound like a Quaker, okay? But, like, is a week a long time to wait to see if the former mental patient is qualified to own a gun? Hey, I'm an American. I pay my taxes, I'm in an argument, I want a gun, I want it now. Just hold on, pal, just hold on. You're gonna have to fill out some forms. You're gonna have to wait at least a week for the gun. A week? The guy will be gone in a week. Well, that's the point. A 7-day waiting period to get a gun, and Congress is against it. Folks, it takes at least 8 days to get a phone. There's a big push now to bring back the death penalty, you know? That'll solve everything, the death penalty. To me, the death penalty is not fair, because they're not going to kill just anybody who kills just anybody. You see, you have to kill certain people in order to be eligible for death yourself. I'll give you an example. If you kill a policeman, well, that's the death penalty. If you kill a judge, well, that's the death penalty. Well, what if you kill a fireman? That'll be 30 years. What, the fireman's life isn't worth as much as the policeman's life? I don't get it. What are we going to have, execution by occupation? I mean, it doesn't make sense. What if you kill one of the homeless? Well, then you'll have to move the car. What if you kill a professional baseball player? Well, it depends what team you play for. You kill a starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos, okay, that's the death penalty. You kill the third base coach for the New York Mets, well, he shouldn't have been on the field. I like doing the political stuff, folks, because everything is political. For instance, the AIDS crisis is very political. I mean, if there was a big push in Washington in 1980 to find a cure for this disease, maybe in 1989 we would have a cure. But there wasn't, so we don't, and I think a lot of it had to do with the people who were getting the disease. Or maybe more so, the people who were not getting the disease. Nobody in positions of power in the United States was coming down with that disease. And the way everybody heard about the disease was, there's a strange new disease sweeping the country. It's killing Haitians, homosexuals, and drug addicts, and there's no cure. And all the politicians are going, yeah? What's the problem? They're living that immoral lifestyle. There's nothing we can do. We're sorry. It's the will of God. Of course, 9 years later, well, you can also get it from a prostitute. Well, something should be done.